Let's see here. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little different. Now, you guys remember Nick. We all love Nick. Nick likes to peruse the channels of seal coating throughout the YouTube land. Now, I'm so busy making videos that I don't really find time to watch others. And he's like, hey man, you gotta watch. Check out some of these videos. So I don't know why I have a hard time watching other people. You know, maybe it's because I feel like I haven't got mine to a point, my skills yet, my video skills to a point where, maybe my style that watching other people will help me, critique my own style. But we're gonna give it a try. Maybe I'll critique them a little. Remember, I'm always more down on myself than I am everybody else. And another thing is, I'm already looking at this top video right here, and obviously he's showing you the back side of the brush. Obviously that's not the way you're supposed to use it, so you're gonna go in there and look. But this is Ace Hardware, how to seal your driveway. 3 years. I really can't wait. Lou Manfredini. Louis. We're gonna watch Louis first, okay? Let's go.
Hi, Lou Manfredini, Ace's home expert. In this video, we're going to teach you how to reseal your asphalt driveway.
Thanks, Lou.
It's easy to do by yourself if you follow these steps. Let me show you what's involved. Resealing your asphalt driveway is absolutely something you can do yourself, but there are steps you need to follow to make sure you're doing it the right way.
She's beat up.
And so that your work lasts as long as possible. Step number 1 is to clean the driveway as best as you can.
We're already in agreement. Me and Lou are on the same page right off rip. And, that brings a little tingle to my heart because, when you're doing a job, you want to think that you're doing it like everybody else to a point, So, at least process-wise. So, thank you, Lou. We're starting off.
Sweeping it off, using a blower to blow off the area, even scrubbing the surface. You can use a soap and a broom or even a pressure washer.
Easy,
but
bud.
the idea is you want to get...
Now, use your common sense here a little bit with the power washer. If your driveway is in shambles and it's coming apart a little bit, using a power washer, blowing out them cracks real hard, can literally blow your driveway into pieces. So if you're going to power wash it, start light, do it gentle, maybe even just use a hose and a sprayer. And, set the spray nozzle to super sprayer instead of actually getting a power washer. Now, if your driveway's brand new, or not necessarily brand new, but in really good condition, not many cracks, pretty thick, you pretty much got nothing to worry about. But this is just for those people who have those rougher driveways that you're questioning, man, should I even put a power washer to this? If you're questioning it, I can't even speak. If you're questioning it, it's probably a no. So just remember that. And let's. Now,
this is also an opportunity to fill any cracks or fill in any divots or holes you may have. There are all kinds of crack fill.
All right, so he's going to tell you that there's all kinds, and there really is. And when you call a professional company out, at least where I'm at, we usually use the hot rubber. It's the fastest. It's the polymer that we use is of high quality. So, however, there are other materials that work just as well. They take a little bit longer to apply, and you got to get down on your hands and knees, but they work just as well. I personally don't have any that I can recommend because we don't use them, and I've never done a driveway by hand necessarily like he's showing with this guy pouring out this rubberized sealer probably or whatever it is, but he's going to explain that there's a couple of different ways to do it, and there are. So another point to bring up is when you are doing it by hand as a homeowner, you're probably going to be a lot more diligent on your cracks. Like, our contracts cover cracks of a certain width to a certain length to a certain degree of, how many there are, like spider web cracking and stuff like that. Now, as a homeowner, you can get down there, you can get every little tiny little baby little crack, and then seal it with. Now, you could take days. You could take a whole day to do a small driveway. You could take days. You could do it in parts. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do to make sure you're doing a good job. Now, if you get it serviced every year, every 2 years, you can get away with the 80% crack fill with the rest of it being seal coating if you're doing it every single year. because your asphalt maintenance company will also come out and they'll use like a cold patch when things get rough, and they'll switch over to small patches when things start to get real bad. So there's like a baseline care for asphalt, and whatever company you end up using, just remember, you're grading them on their performance for that day, and you're also grading them on, if you use them for long enough, how have they treated me over the years? Have they noticed things, taken care of things? Have I had to bring up more problems than I have sending thank you letters type things to this company? So these are just all things to think of, and I'm getting way out of the fucking weeds here, out into the weeds here, but we're gonna get back into this.
And asphalt patches that you can buy at your local Ace to help assist you depending on the work that has to happen. After that, it's all about choosing the right sealer for how long you want it to last. It really is one of those areas where you get what you pay for.
He's not lying. You can get different types of sealers. Now, this companies out here, there's usually, I want to say there used to be only really one. Now there's more like 3. You can get your your black tar sealer, which is the sealer that burns your skin type stuff with the pitch in it, heavy pitch in it. You can get what they call the economic sealer, which is eco-friendly sealer. It's kind of a green sealer, and then there's like a mix. It's like an eco sealer, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's kind of an in-betweener, and if you're asking me my personal opinion, I'll take the burn skin because that product works. It's very highly regarded. It's even cheaper. Like, it's just, aside from the environmental impact, which isn't much, to be honest with you, it really more burns your skin. Like, it's not good for you, like a person. As after it cures, it sloughs off into the environment slowly but surely, and it doesn't really hurt anything. I mean, it's just coal. It's just washing back off into this environment into which it came. And when you're using these other ones, you're creating chemicals in a factory, in a chemical plant. And now those chemicals are going. We don't know what those do in long term. But anyway, I'm getting off topic again. He's right here, though. I don't know what he's got here. Premium filler and sealer. Then you got resurfacing filler and sealer. I mean, let's see how he explains these for you real quick. And he doesn't.
Now here's a pro tip. Make sure that when you're applying the sealer, you wear a pair of shoes you really don't care about, because chances are you're going to get some of that asphalt sealer on your shoes.
You will.
And it's going to be very difficult to clean.
Get it on you.
You want to pour that sealer after you've stirred it properly onto a small area, and then using a squeegee or a broom, you're almost painting the sealer onto the surface.
That's exactly
and
what
you're using the sealer to fill in small gaps and pores and fissures that may be on the surface. And you're going to be working from one end to the other to make sure that you're moving away from an area so that when you're done, you can walk around it and allow it to dry. Now keep in mind, you want to make sure that when you're doing this, it's a clear day, typically above 50 degrees, below 90 degrees if you can.
Yeah.
And if you can avoid doing it in direct sunlight, that's certainly a plus as well, because the slower that the product dries, the better it sticks to the surface. And then once you're all done and you're inspecting all your work with the new sealer installed, you want to make sure that it's not going to rain for at least 24 hours. And it's a good idea to protect your work by putting up some caution tape or string to keep people off of the surface.
All right, so now he's mentioned the fact that you don't want to put it on when it's super, super hot outside, because the slower it cures, the better it sticks. Now that's true, obviously, but there's ways to get around that. And really it involves, when you're pre-mixing your product, how much water you use. We, as a kind of a rule of thumb, we add about 3 to 4% when it gets above 85 degrees in water. So that way it does take a little bit longer to cure. And it only works when it's hot to add that water. I mean, you got to really be knowing what you're doing out there. And it only you only learn that really from doing it over 20 years. Sorry if there's any customers we pissed off in the meantime, maybe during the little mad scientist days of us trying to figure out how to fight that heat. Because I mean, really, there's only a couple handfuls of days maybe out of the season where it really gets so hot that you're really worrying about that. Typically it dries, and it's good. Like I just love looking at our work, honestly. After we're done, looks pretty good. And that's just our work. I mean, any good seal coat team that's out there doing the work, I mean, you know, if you're watching and you're a seal coater, that, man, you love doing that. When you're done with that last little stroke, you pick that last little brush stroke off at the end, wiping that last little set of footprints, and you look out across that field, bud. That flat black look nice. Look nice. So here we got Sealcoat Pro Tip, the best starting equipment for your business. This is Asphalt Kingdom. I think I may have seen a video or two of his from Nick showing me some of his stuff. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Let's see what he's got to say.
Seal coating pro tip, best equipment to start out with. What's going on? My name's Judd Burden. Been in the industry for 20 plus years, and I want to drop value to you as we power forward with this video. In this video, I'm going to tell you what equipment is best for seal coating that you should start with so that you can really get off on the right foot. So buying the right seal coating equipment that you will start out with really depends on a budget. So what kind of budget do you have to be able to invest into this business? You see, there's an evolution chain of your growth in this industry. You can start out just like I did on one end, which is a 5-gallon pail of sealer, a paint roller, a whipper snipper, and ultimately some shovels and some edgers. And what I would do is go to the driveway, clean it all up, make sure it was swept off nice and clean. I would shake the 5-gallon pail of asphalt sealer between my legs, and I would use the paint roller to ultimately spread the sealer out all over the driveway that I dumped it out on. That's how I started, and it cost me less than $250 to get started in this business, and I was able to make approximately $150 for every 600 square foot driveway, or what we call a 4-car driveway, every one that I did. And I would do 4 to 5 of those a day, making $600 a day doing it that way.
See, now that, dude, he's talking back in the day. Like, starting out, I don't know, that's funny he's got that truck on there. Is that really the truck you used for business? I mean, no wonder you grew, man. That thing was sweet looking. But, yeah, he's not lying. It really does just take a, I mean, I think of what a paint crew needs to get a job done. You know, you got to clean the surface, and you got to paint it. It's not really a rocket science, right? And because there's so many different ways of application, like spraying to different ways to brush, to squeegee, to, like he said, he used a paint roller, for crying out loud. So there's many ways to skin the cat. But you don't need a whole lot. Now, I'm sure Mr. Judd here is going to kind of go over the basics as he's doing now. He's doing it pretty good. I like his videos already. I'm sure he'll reiterate to you that it is kind of an easier job to get going. And I would think the hardest part really is getting the business out there. Word of mouth, doing signs, popping signs in the end of the driveways, things of that nature. Getting your name out there is probably one of the tougher parts, unless you already have an established kind of customer base from working with somebody else, maybe. But I don't know. It's a fun game out there to play. And if you're in the trades, this trade ends up being a real fun one to be in. But let's hear what Judd's got to say about getting one started.
But if I would have had more money to start out with right out of the get-go, I would have chosen different seal coating equipment to start out with.
Right.
And this pro tip right here is so important. If you have a budget that's higher than that $250 number and you really want to get kick-started in the industry, start in deeper on that evolution chain so that you can invest into a package of seal coating equipment that will truly allow you to get kick-started more powerfully, and you'll be able to have a much higher earning potential.
Okay, so this has gotten way better over the last even just a decade, right? You used to be able to kind of buy kits where you could go and say, okay, I want to get this kit, this trailer kit, and I'm gonna get this tank, and I'm gonna get this hot box, and I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna set it up on this trailer perfect, right? Well, nowadays it's gotten even better. They've went like Chinese with the shit as far as like taking this big motor and making it small like a Honda, as far as like size. Like look at this thing. Look how much is squeezed into this setup. And look, that trailer is so small. It's like you can almost not see it behind that truck. And it didn't used to be like that. This setup used to be about 3 times the size. My point is they have setups now that are so economical. It's almost, if you've been in this business, it's almost crazy not to try and save up to buy these things if you wanted to start your own business. It'd be crazy not to. And there's so many companies out there getting going and then failing that you get your foot in the door and you know what you're doing and you have a little gumption. Your time is now. Time is now.
That's the key. So if you want to get started just out of the gate with a very low budget, you can do that. But if you have more money to invest into the proper seal coating equipment to get started with, I would recommend that you go with what we call a tanked spray system.
Yes.
At Asphalt Kingdom, we have spray systems that range from 130 gallon all the way up to 1,000 gallons on extended deck trailer rigs or truck mounted skid units as well. But if you got started with one of those larger equipment packages, we would be able to help you grow into a 6-figure business within a 12-month period. And then, of course, like many of our other clients, grow into a 7-figure business within 3 short years. I'm really interested in hearing if you've started in the industry, what you started with when you first got started with the seal coating business. And if you haven't started yet, drop a comment down below as well with what equipment you're planning on getting started with. We'd love to hear your feedback down in the comments. Always looking for great information or any questions that you might have. Feel free to share, again, down in the comments. Also subscribe if you like the content that we push out. You'll get to see more of the content that we provide, which ultimately helps you power forward with your asphalt maintenance business.
He's a power forward guy, I can tell.
Look forward to seeing you on our next video. Thanks for tuning in. See ya. If you liked this video, go ahead and check out.
Okay, so he didn't really go over a whole lot, okay? He made a quick video and showed you a seal coat tank. So this is a... Oh, it's only a 3-minute video. Okay. So in 3 minutes, he showed you should buy a spray tank at the end. The great video. I'm not saying it's a great video, man. And this is just the first one I watched. This is kind of an introductory video. One of the first ones that popped up. He's got 31,000 subscribers, brothers. So he's helping out seal coat companies. It looks like that might be his gig, is trying to help companies get off the ground, which is great, dude. It's great. You see so many companies out here just struggling. And I'm telling you, this business, at least in the Midwest where I'm from, it doesn't garnish the most intelligent sometimes of people, because it's so easy to start this business. It's I mean, you're painting the ground, dude, and it's a dirty business, so nobody really wants to do it. And you know, and when you're working with the hot rubber too, you're working with hot equipment, torches, and like just there's accidents that can happen. Not for everybody. The hours you got to put in the summertime around here are insane. Not for everybody. So my point with all that was, a lot of these businesses fail. There's a lot of failed businesses from people out there who are just trying to make that quick fly-by-night dollar. And you don't need a lot to get it started, but you got to do good work. There's so many people out there doing shit work and still getting work. It's amazing to me, but you know, there's so many people that are out there, you know what I mean, doing it like that, that you can get in there with a decent investment, some good equipment, and do your research. I mean, you know, let's look at my stuff, look at Judd's stuff, look at any of these other guys. You got Asphalt Kingdom, Lyman Brothers, a lot of Asphalt Kingdom in here. Blacktop Banter, Alex K. Irvin up in here. Asphalt Kingdom's all over this thing. Colin Patterson, Michael Thaxton. There's just so many people on here that are trying to show you a way to do it. So there's lots of ways to skin this cat, okay? Called seal coating. There are good ways to do it, and then there's kind of cheaper ways. You just got to find your niche. And like I said, do your research. If you want to really build a company doing this stuff, it's not hard. The biggest investment you're going to have is your initial investment, as far as at least starting the business. The tank and everything's going to be your biggest investment. Now he said buy a spray rig if you can. Now, if you can, yeah, buy a spray rig. Get yourself a nice brush box so you can spray and brush anything. Because then you're set up for everything. And the spray rig does save you money. I'll put a link, or I'll put a video you can check out at the end that I go over spraying and brushing and kind of the ins and outs of it. But let's get on to one more video. Let's see. We're gonna do find a good one here. We already did this is Blacktop Banter. This guy looks like he's got more of a setup like us. Let's give him a little. Let's get. There you go. Boop. Got the single cup. It does taste better when it's a single cup for some reason. I just ain't got time for...
Morning, Blacktop Banter world followers, YouTube subscribers, I guess.
That's what we look like in the morning.
Today, I figured we would do a day in the life of us seal coating and going to do projects and whatnot. So getting a little early morning coffee, a Scratch, the podcast puppy, all grown up. And we're going to head over to Wiscoat, about 10 miles away. Seal coat units and stuff. We're heading down to do a small parking lot today for a power and light company.
Easy day.
We're gonna go there, so I'm gonna bring you guys along. So let's go.
Single easy parking lot day. Gotta love that YouTube music, baby. Wiscoat.
We are heading to a project for Wiscoat. This is for a property management company that manages properties for an electrical power and light company here in Wisconsin.
All right, so that's something that he just mentioned right here that you really want to get if you're starting your company. If you can meet property management groups or individuals that run properties, those are the people you really want to get in good with, because they'll end up having job after job every property they own. If you do good work, they'll bring you in and all the asphalt work. Typically, that's how I've noticed it to be. If you got good prices and you do good work and you're fast and you get along with the people on the job sites, no problems. Man, they just want you. They love it. And really, what I've noticed is, if you hold a certain level of quality and you go from there and get faster and faster with that level of quality, by the time you get 5-10 years in, dude, you are in demand, because people like to know that they can call a company on a big lot and you're in and out of there in a day, and within a couple days they're able to put their cars back on the lot instead of waiting 3-4 days. That extra day, 2 days of getting stuff done on those really, really big lots, it's huge. It's huge. And if you're spraying, that's usually not an issue. But if you're brushing, if you're a brush crew and you charge good prices, brushing is just, quality-wise, it's just way better than spraying. Just way better. So if you can get that property manager down and do good brush work, man, you'd never lose those accounts.
They got a hold of us. This is our first time working for them. Asking if we can quote a project for them that's a good distance away from our shop. Everything is a good distance away from our shop. We are... you guys have heard me say it a lot. We're in the second largest population in our county, and that's 700 people. So Southwest Wisconsin, pretty rural. We travel a good distance to do all of our asphalt maintenance and asphalt projects. Not all of them. Some of them are close around, and we do like the majority of them being close. But if it's worth it to us, we will go to the distance that we're going today. Smaller project. Kind of nice to get started with them on something small. We have a feeling this is like an icebreaker kind of job for them, which happens to us.
Yeah, it's a good showcase
often. But once
opportunity.
We're in, has the opportunity to breed more jobs, right? So
right, that's what
the
I'm
idea.
saying.
We're going to clean it. There's only one crack in it. We're going to clean it.
One crack, bro.
Crack fill that crack. Seal coat. A little bit of hand work. As it is up by some concrete, some nice landscaping and stuff, some fencing. We're gonna wait for that to dry and stripe it while we're down there too as well. So I'll be driving the Duramax.
These guys do their own striping. Our company has another company that comes and does the striping. Really good guy too. Gets it done super quick, super good. But that kind of frees us up to just keep on seal coating, you know. I've never striped anything, which it's kind of a good experience. Maybe one day we'll get into that on the channel.
Just Sammy and I at Wiscoat today, and Kyla in the office. She has set everything up for us today. Nice not to have to do that in the office anymore.
Yeah, but we see his possible first office girl issue come up here a little bit later. He doesn't mention it, but I kind of pick up on it.
But we're going to go down and do that. I'll drive the Duramax.
He's that point in his business, huh?
Seal right 700 seal coat rig. We're just going to use direct fire to fill the cracks. We don't need any sealer from the bulk tank today. Got plenty in here to do this job. So we're going to get on the road and get going.
Even got himself a bulk tanker. That's good. Got himself a bulk tanker. That's nice. Locking it in.
Oh, another side note. I forgot my tripod and everything for filming today, so you guys are getting shaky cam and wind in the
Yeah,
microphone today.
I hear you,
So
brother.
enjoy.
I got the same problems. Same problems over here. Like when you see me, I usually there's a clip, like a GoPro clip. I usually just clip it on places where I don't know if the boss will, I can get away with clipping shit, but I don't know if the boss gonna let me get away with setting up tripods and shit. He's not paying me to be a cameraman. He's already kind of hinted towards that, but I don't care. I don't care. We gonna get them videos anyway. I just gotta be quick about it.
Alright, so here we are on the project location.
Okay.
I forgot.
She's a Butte Clark.
We did use our steels here to weed trim, so I forgot to get a video of us weed trimming right when we got here, but I'll show you the remnants of it.
The remnants.
Over here. A little bit right there.
Gone.
So that's the first thing we do, right? We get here.
Yep.
This property doesn't have a lot of grass
Thankfully.
on the edges. You can see it there. The rest of it's all gravel and rock and whatnot.
It's a brushy, blowy mess.
So yeah, that's what you do first. And then this edge had a lot of dirt, residual dirt. You can see some here, but we've cleaned it from there to here so far. So as we're doing, using a little Wonder, which lost its front grate here. Not too long ago, to clean the surface off. Once we get it cleaned, there are only a couple cracks. We'll hit that with a crack fill.
Yeah, she just looks dry. We've come across those. That looks like it's been there for a while and they just never sealed it. And now it's getting to the point, it's been, a year or a handful of years or so, and it's ready. So I wonder how old that thing is.
And then we'll trim out with our brushes, and then we'll seal coat this thing.
There's that brush, boy. Yeah. Training him a little bit, training him up. Yep, using that air, getting that brush dust on down the road, coming on back. Look at them wheels, bro. Look at them wheels, man. It's like a wheelchair. If somebody gets hurt, you just set them on there and wheel them around.
So surface is clean. As you can see back here, we got one crack.
One crack,
there,
dude.
That we're heating up and gonna take care of.
Yeah, it looks like they did a good asphalt
take care
job.
Of the crack, trim out, and then spray.
Oh, they're spraying it. Okay, there's your cut-in brushes right there. Getting that bucket of spray juice or cut-in juice ready with the sprayer. Ooh, look at that hot rubber. There you go. There's a pour pot right there. I love them pour pots right there. Shut the jingway down. Boom. There you go. Get you a little cracky done.
Alright, so we're doing our one stripe. You can see there Sammy's bringing a little walkway out so it matches that. Then we'll use the big broom to trim out.
There you go.
A little ways.
See, these guys do it just like we do. This is a Midwestern way of doing it.
That's what's up. I listen to audiobooks quite a bit, and I would listen to I Am Zlatan, which is the Zlatan Ibrahimovic story of his soccer career, football career. Worth a listen.
Soccer guy. We wouldn't have much to talk about. Unless he follows him some football too. But he's from Wisconsin. He's a Green Bay fan. I don't know if we can talk about that either. We could definitely talk about seal coating, bro. Definitely talk about seal coating. There you go. Get that cut in done. Look at that. Look at that brush placement. Good cut in job. Good cut in. Not a single drop on the cement. Pulling out the big boy. Get you that far out cut in there so you can spray. There you go, spraying. Two-man crew. See, I mentioned this in one of the spray videos about, you can have up to 4 guys on a spray rig, but you can have as little as really 1. But you can operate efficiently with 2 guys as long as there's a guy keeping that hose out of the way, running up, pulling the truck up, and hopping back and grabbing the hose and walking with dude. It's a 2-man show, really. He's doing a lot of walking there. See, his technique's different. See, now he's starting to Cutting in that edge. And the rubber boots, bro. That thing's got to be splashy a little bit, you'd think, if it was thick. Like, he's probably smart with them boots, though. You know why? Because you ever watch Corey or Nick, they got their like shoes on, and dude, them things get just loaded with sealer. Because like that back spray, like right here, you can see like his line is here, but there's overspray. There's overspray, especially when you get up in the corners. You got to start turning. You kind of step into that turn with your lead foot. That fucker gets doused, bro, and your shoe just can get, I mean, annihilated with sealer.
Alright, so now we wait. It's all sprayed and ready to go. We got to line stripe this, but we gotta wait for it to dry. Got a nice amount of sun back there, as you can see. But in the meantime, Sammy and I are gonna go something to eat. Maybe go to Cabela's. They got a Cabela's in this town. I don't know what we need.
There you go.
Both hunt, so
Oh, there you go.
check that out. So we didn't make it to Cabela's. We need a clean bucket. Luckily they have them there, I imagine.
No Cabela's today, boys. What a bummer, dude. No Cabela's. I mean, it's just as good to be where you're at. Tractor Supply is the fun. It's a man. Oh, look at the chickies, man. Getting that little food. Have me distracted with the chickies, dude. There you go. Get you a nice little clean bucket.
Hey,
for the paint
buckets.
mix.
We got striping on that lot that you've seen us doing today, and was hoping, had an understanding that it was going to be yellow paint, but it turns out they want white paint, so we're going to have to switch. The Titan 3500 has yellow, loaded yellow, brought yellow. We're going to have to switch to white. So
You could tell. You could tell he was curbing his frustrations there with the landowner or whatever the job. Remember that possible office girl issue I was talking about? Yeah, that one. The person. Now listen, he set it up. He had his office girl set it up, so maybe a little thing there you might talk with the office girl about. Because you don't want to bring yellow paint to a white paint job. That's for damn sure.
That happened. Making all kinds of stops while we're waiting for the seal coat to dry.
That's the one saving grace. You got to wait anyway.
We need a low beam for the burb, and then Sammy informed me today the turn signal is out on the 3/4 ton.
Gotta love it.
That he drove, so
Gotta love it.
some parts. Then maybe we can get back to the job.
Don't you love that shit, dude? You know, it's like when you're out in the work and you're doing patching and you got a hydraulic line that bust. You got to run down to Harbor Freight or wherever you got to go, the nearest cat dealership or something to get yourself a fitting or whatever, hose clamps, whatever you got to need. Yeah, those days are definitely fun.
So as you've seen, we got some lunch. We are back on site, and sealer's dry.
DQ's got good food.
Sammy and I just did some chalk lines, map our stuff out. Now we're gonna stripe.
Nice run. Nice run, brother.
Alright, so that's it. Sammy's putting a stake in, gonna put some ribbon across.
And she's done.
And we're all line striped out, seal coated up. Good to go for the day. A little bit of wind in the camera. I think you can probably hear that. You're welcome. Yeah. That's it, pretty much. That's a day for us. That's what we do. It's probably 2 o'clock now. Be at about an hour and a half home. About 3:30 we'll get back. Maybe do a headlight switch, stuff like that. But other than that, that's it for us. I could show you the rest of my day. It consists of Eli coming home from school, Liz coming home from school, doing quotes, sending those out, going to bed, waking up and doing all this again tomorrow, but I'll spare you of that. Thanks for watching along. Thanks for following along and watching the videos.
Riding along.
Please subscribe, like these videos, share them if they're helpful or if they're just entertaining and whatnot. Anywhere where you post about what we do in the asphalt industry.
All right, we're going to give a like here.
forward with this video.
Don't give a
In
like
this video,
here.
I'm going to tell you what equipment is best for seal coating that you should start.
Let me get to this. As much as give it a like.
Hi, Lou Manfredini, Ace's home expert. In this
Okay. All right, so there's our video. Decent. Asphalt Kingdom seem to be the most produced videos. Like, I don't know if I would want to get that produced. I like being off the cuff. I like being kind of, you know, action cammy, a little silly, a little goofy. I guess I just like to do it a little bit different in a way. And my style is kind of tough because I'm doing all the work myself. I don't have a production company or anybody helping me. No cameraman necessarily. Once in a while, I have one of the guys hold the camera, but it's typically like a one-man show. I take input from everywhere, but it's a one-man show, and I kind of have my shtick and what I'm trying to get down here. But I do like those videos. In fact, that last video, the Wisconsin guy, the Southwest Wisconsin guy, his videos are kind of more along the lines of what mine were. He seems like he's got a good video sense. Like his dialogue, I guess you could say, is pretty good. I fumble, I bumble, and I fucking stumble when it comes to my audio. When it comes to talking, because sometimes I can talk so damn fast I don't even know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm going so damn fast I just don't know what's coming out of my mouth half the time. And sometimes I don't know what word comes next. So that's what you're gonna get from me. But as I can see from these few videos, maybe I'll do another one of these again. But as I can see from these few videos, there's some good content out there, and there's more and more seal coater content coming out, and I just want to be a part of that just because I love the game, I love the industry, I love the work. I'm almost 50 now, so I'll be 48 this year. I'm getting up there to the point where this physical labor shit ain't gonna be the best thing for me, but I'm gonna stay in as long as I can. I just love doing the work, man. So thanks for watching, thanks for being here. If you like this stuff, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we're gonna get back into these videos pretty soon. As I'm making this video, it's like it is February 1. It is the 1st, Saturday the 1st, and so in about a month and a half, things should start to slowly drizzle in, like as far as getting stuff ready for work and everything else. We will make videos, we will have fun. We have a new yard to look at. Here's some pictures of what it used to look like as we were getting it ready, and I will have some new audio and I will have some new footage of the yard coming up this season. It's going to be a banger, as the kids say. I can't wait to show it with you guys. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.